Yes, yes. Okay. Understand? So let's understand. Let's get into this, right? Very, very important this is. And please remember, each and everything is well documented. And one more thing, wherever I am using documentation, I will upload. If I'm not using documentation, from where I'll say, right? Yesterday, what I gave that explanation from my understand. I'm not using any PPT or documentation. So now for Linux, I have very good documentation. So this will be uploaded without any tension. Okay. Yeah, Sampurna noted. Okay. So now please understand here. Please listen to me. Please follow me. I have documentation for this one. I will upload that so you can explore there. But listen me carefully here now. Very, very important thing this is. Without Linux, you won't be able to work. You will be confused throughout. Okay. So let's understand here. Let's understand something. Let's start our journey then. I'm talking about Linux. If I'm talking about Linux here, Linux originated from a, so now here if I say Linux originated from base operating system called Unix. They introduced Unix around 1969 if I say exactly, but you can do plus minus of 1 year. Unix came into market around 1969 to 1970s. Then Unix came into picture. What people did, they took base. Now what this Unix was open system, this open source. What do you mean by open source? What do you mean by open source? Sundari saying free of cost. Please remember, free to use, modified. Okay, you can help them to build. Free to use, you can modify, right? You can help them to build, right? Source code are freely available. Open source it was. So what they did, it was open source. So people are allowed to use base source code from Unix. So what people did, they started research. What people did, they started research. Research of what? What they did, they wanted to create everything as a file. In Linux, everything is a file. In Linux, everything is a file. Some people like to call it Linux. Some people like to call it Linux. So whatever you call it, no problem. We are not into controversial things here. So I am saying open source. Then people thought let's create everything as a file. Now here, let's understand. Because of that, they thought to create something like Linux. There was one person. There was many companies. They was parallelly doing research. But what their intention was? Their intention was to create a paid version now from this open source OS, because from there they could have made huge money. But now what this person did, now this person called Linux Torvald, I'm not a big fan of naming people, but what he did in 1991, why I'm naming him, why I like to name him, because he was a Finnish student. He was the student, he created what? He created Linux. He got breakthrough of creating Linux. This person got breakthrough of creating Linux in 1991. He was a student, university student. So what he did, he gave Linux to the open source. So what he did, he gave this Linux to the open source community worldwide, free of cost. Today we are here because of this person. Today we have this technical advancement because of this person, because he introduced this in 1991. But what different organization did, now they had two open source code, where one from Unix, another from Linux. Now what people did, they created their own distribution. In India we call it flavor, but they created their own distribution. They divided Linux into what? Distribution. Debian, CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, RHEL, right? What those are? Those are different. I'm saying distribution, but please remember distribution, and these are created by whom? By different organization. These are created by different organizations. Some are paid, some are free and open source. Okay, why some are paid? Now here they are giving you some flavor for free, some they are giving for free, so you can use their paid version. That is actual business logic of any software. Please remember, they want you to learn the software so you can use that software. They will earn money out of this. If you're not, if it doesn't know how to use that software, you will not buy that software. So that is what the software business lies. We understood what I said. Linux originated from Unix, and there is a distribution of Linux. This is our takeaway. But what is a Linux? Some people call Linux is a kernel. Some people says Linux is operating system. But what do you mean by operating system? What do you mean by operating system? I have an operating system. Operating system is an interface between software. Software means basically what software? All applications, all software. Your software need what? Your application need 4 GB of data. Suppose, example, right? He will go to the operating system. Will say, my friend, please help me. What he will do? He will talk with the operating system. Operating system will talk with the hardware. And what he will do? He will take this memory from him and he will hand over this memory to the application. So what I'll call it operating system. Interface between application or software and hardware. Without operating system, you will not be able to interact with both of them. But actually, as I said so many times, it's not operating system, it's his brain will perform actual function. For what this brain is called? Kernel. Or some people like to call it heart, some people like to call it brain. What is the meaning here? Meaning is this is a major component in operating system. Without this, it will not function. Some people like to call Linux as a kernel only. Because if I'm going to advanced Unix operating system here, it comes with a very huge features. In Linux, we have some limited features. That's why people like to call it only kernel, small distribution, right? So, but you can call it operating system as well. This is operating system, right? Mini operating system, mini pack, if I says. Fair enough. This is what we understood till here. Comfortable, right? Then how to create a lab environment? Which lab environment we are creating, sir? I'll show you. We will learn Ubuntu. But at the same time, I'll show you what will be the difference with another distribution. So at the same time, you will be capable enough to work on all the distribution. There is a minor difference, not major difference. Minor difference between this distribution to that distribution. Fair enough? We are comfortable here, I guess. Right? So this is what. Please remember this theory. I am not a big fan of giving this histories, but you need to understand from where it came. Right? Now, in 2007, they introduced Linux into mobile market, Android. 2007, they introduced Linux into mobile market now, right? I think that was the breakthrough. That is what I am feeling. Of course, they created OS as well. That is good. But they introduced this into mobile market as well. So means we are using Android, right? What we are using? Linux. Understand? Android flavors. Not Android is not Linux. They introduce into Android market. Means OS they created from this. Okay, please remember this. Understand? So this is what. Till here comfortable. Shall I now how to create a lab environment? So how to create a lab environment? Your explanation will matter. As I'm saying every day, I'm saying this. Okay. Sorry for reminding you again and again because I want you people to grow. Understand? So your explanation will matter. So whenever you are alone, whenever you are doing something, okay, just talk something. Understand? So it will build your Windows. It's a CLI. It's easy. Now see here, command line. Now here, I'll give you controversial. What is the advantage? You find on the internet. This is a very easy thing, right? What is this, right? I don't want to get into that basic, right? Can you find out, right? What is the advantage of Windows and Linux, right? This much basic you can find out, I think, right? Or shall I demonstrate? I think you can find out this much, right? Right? So this is what. So now let's understand here how to create the lab environment. How to create a lab environment, right? So now here, what we need to do to create a lab environment, what we need? So we need to install Linux. So is it possible to work? Is it possible to practice on virtual machine? Why? Virtual machine have image. What we will take? We will take Linux server. What we will take? We will take Linux server. Understand? Don't worry, each and everything is documented, but listen what I am saying. Very, very important. It will help you to explain your concept. Otherwise, you will watch interviewer's face. Right? This is what. Sign in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one server, BM. I have one BM here. So I have one BM here, but let me create. Let's understand how to create a lab environment here, right? How to create a lab environment here. Let's understand that. But let me delete those. So how to create a lab environment? You have to take a distribution of respective, whether Ubuntu, Debian, Mint, Fedora, whatever you are billing for. You can do that, right? So this is what. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one virtual machine. Click on create, go to the virtual machine, right? Go to the virtual machine here. Then what I'm doing, this is my, I'm saying this is my Linux GRP. I'm saying this is my Linux GRP. Then saying this is my Linux server, right? I'm keeping in central India, that will be good. And I'm keeping 2 CPU and 8 GB of memory. Review and create. I'll copy the key, right? What I will do, I'll copy the key. If you have idea about Linux as well, but I'll teach you something which you know had, right? So please listen carefully. Then what I'm doing, we are creating lab environment. How to create the lab environment? We need a virtual machine. On the top of virtual machine, we are going to practice Linux. Why? Because we are taking OS equal to Linux. Which one? Ubuntu. Which distribution? 24.04.2. Right? We are taking that. As we are taking that, then I need to connect this to the Mobux strum. If I'll click on connect here, copy the public address, where I'll go? I'll go to the, yes, I'll go to the Mobux strum part. Session, SSH, Control V, then specify the username. What is the username here? Advanced setting, private key, yes, key, okay, accept, right? This is what you people are already familiar, I am supposing. Then let's understand this. So this is what. Then what next? Now here, welcome to environment. Now first here, what we have, what is called, this is what this is called. This is called terminal. What do you mean by terminal? There is three things: command line interface, graphical user interface, and terminal. Graphical user interface is nothing but by clicking the graphic, you are going to perform the task. That is GUI. By clicking the graphics, you are going to perform. That is a window, graphical user interface. CLI, Linux. By writing the commands, by writing the command line interface, you are going to perform the task. But to access the CLI, what do you need? Terminal. To access the CLI, what do you need? Terminal. So terminal is a graphical user interface to interact with the CLI. You understood this? Then, what about this? What about this? You people knows this? What this is? This is user information. This is user information. This one is your computer information, host information, server information. Tilter denotes to user's home directory. Which directory? User home directory. And dollar is, there is a three kind of user: dollar, hash, and dollar with special permission. Dollar is normal user, hash is root user, dollar with special permission is application user. Fair enough? This is what. Then let's understand some of the things here. Let's understand some of the things here. Clear will clear the screen or terminal. Clear will clear the screen, right? If I do a PWD, what it is? Present working directory. Which directory you are in? You are in inside the home and Azure user. Please remember, everything will start from where? Everything will start from this forward slash. This is not forward slash, this is called root. Everything will start from root. In window, everything will start from C drive. Everything will start from C drive, right? From here, everything will start from root. Fair enough? Then, other than this, if I do who am I? What I'm doing here? I'm doing who am I? You are a normal user called Azure user. You are a user called Azure user. How to create a file? How to create a file? Touch will create the file. What I am saying? File with the file 01. Touch will create the file. LS will give me a list of files. Where? In current location. LS will give me a location of file in a current location or folder. How to create the folder? mkdir. mkdir will create the folder. What I am doing here? I am writing a folder name. Folder 01. I am writing folder. If you want to create more than one folder, you can create more than one folder here. Now what I did here, see? mkdir will create the directory. What is the difference between directory and folder? What is the difference between directory and folder? Here people will say directory in Linux. They will not say folder. Because folder are called directory in Linux. You can call it folder, you can call it directory. If I'm saying directory, don't think that is a file. That is a folder. Folder and directory are same. In Linux, folder is called directory. Fair enough? Then, if I want to enter within the folder, I want to go within the folder, this folder. I need to do a CD. CD is what? Change directory to what? I am changing directory from where? That's why change directory now. Change directory. What directory? Folder. You are changing from which location you are? You are in Azure user location. Where I am going? I am going inside this folder. Check your present working directory. Check your present working directory. Now where you are? You are inside the folder. The same information you will get from here as well. Where you are? You are inside the folder. Whenever you are shifting location, keep your eye in both the places. CD, CD. Folder name will help you to change the location. CD folder name will help you to change the location. Fair enough? Then if I want to go one step back, CD double dot, one step back. Where I will reach? You will reach here. If I want to one more step back, CD double dot, double dot, again double dot. How many step back I will go? 3 folder back. 3 folder back I will, 4 folder back I will go. Right? So this is what we understood. CD to go back or forward CD file name. Fair enough? Then other than this, if I'm going here now, then what we need to understand, another thing we need to understand here, what we need to understand here, ls will give me a list of file and folder. Do we have anything within this folder? No, this is empty directory. What I will do now, after this is empty directory, right? So if I do a ls hyphen la, ls hyphen la will give me hidden file, normal file, hidden folder, normal folder. There are more information you will collect. ls hyphen la will give you a hidden. How you say this is hidden or not? Starts with the dot. Any folder or file starts with the dot, that is a hidden one. Fair enough? Any file or folder starts with the dot, that is a hidden one. If I'm saying folder, so this is folder. Now how we will justify whether this is a folder or directory? This is a folder or file. How you will see whether this is a file or folder? Any idea? Folder will have a different color. You are saying folder will have a different color. File will have a file will be colorless white, right? But sometime folder will not have color. What is the right things to find? Can you see here first hyphen? What that is? File. First hyphen is file. D for directory. D for directory. Okay. D for directory. Hyphen for file. Always remember this is right judgment. But usually you can judge from the color also. But usually this is the right judgment. Perfect one. So what this is? This is file permission. These are called file permission. We will understand how to change the file or folder permission. This is called links. Soft link, hard link, and this is called user permission. This is called group permissions. This is your size of this folder. This is the creation timestamp, right? This is what we need to understand. So ls hyphen la will give me very, very brief information. Okay, so we will understand in the future how to change this, how to alter these things. Fair enough? So this is what we need to understand. This is what we need to understand. Then other than this, if I do a clear will clear the screen, right? So this is what we need to understand. I want to go inside the folder. I did CD. If I want to go within the file, can I go like this? Why? CD is for directory. So now what is saying? This is not a directory. For this we need a editor. These are called editor. What are editor? How many of you heard about Nano? How many of heard about BI? How many of heard about BIM? These are editors. So you need to edit. Touch will create empty file. What touch will do? Touch will create empty file. So what you need to use? You need to use editor. Right? What do you need to do? You need to use editor. Which editor? BIM. I'll recommend you to use BIM because BIM editor is advanced among all. So what I'm doing? I'm doing a file 01. File 01. This file. BIM editor will open the file. It will help you to edit the file, but it will create the file as well. Do we have a file name called file? right? I have two choice here. Either I can open this empty file, I can write something here, or otherwise I can create a new file with a file name. Fair enough. I'm opening this empty file, right? Very, 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 very important this is. Listen carefully. If I'm talking about editor, editor will have two mode. As soon as you will enter into the file, as soon as you will open the file, this file will be opened in a command mode. How will know you are in command mode? Keep your eye in the bottom. You are in command mode. In command mode, you are not allowed to write anything. Use your keyboard. Use your keyboard. Then you use your keywords. You will not be able to write. When you can write in a insert mode. You need to press I. Keep your eye in the bottom. What is showing now? Insert mode. If you want to switch from insert mode to command mode to insert mode. I am saying you are in insert mode. I want to switch to the command mode. What I need to do? Escape. See, I did escape. I pressed key called escape. It switched to the command mode. If I want to go to the insert mode, I will take me in insert mode. How many mode we have here? Two mode. Speed is okay. Online speed is okay. Speed is okay. Yeah. So now I to insert, right? So I am allowed to write and something here. You people are feeling lazy actually. Let's write hi all. I am again saying hi to you people. I am writing some number, right? So now I have written something in my file. So what you are doing? You have written something in your Excel sheet. You have written something in your board pad. You have written something somewhere. What you'll do? Save and exit. But similar way, how we will save and exit here? Escape. Why escape? Escape will convert you from command mode, insert mode to command mode. So now here escape, shift colon, right? WQ exclamation. WQ exclamation. What that is? Save and exit. Save and exit. Right? WQ exclamation. Exclamation is overwrite. WQ exclamation. Now what you did? Save and exit. If you want to use previous used command, upper arrow, lower arrow, right? Upper arrow will give you previous used command. So what I'll do? I'll use BIM file01 I opened. That is saved. Now I want to modify something. What I need to do now? Insert. How to do? I to insert. Am I eligible to write something? Yes, I am writing some number. Save and exit is nothing but type please. All of you type please. I forgot actually. Help me. Right? Can you copy? Don't worry, Renu, we'll go. Yes, very good, Vinay. Thank you for helping me. Jyoti, thank you. Very good, very good. Vinay, you are missing a colon, escape, and WQ explanation. Sonali, very good. Very good. I'm very happy. Shiv, good one. Right, Vinay, yes. Okay. What about other? Renu, yes. Bevav, yes. Very good. Right. So what that is? Yeah, Sampurna, good one. Right. But I'm giving you shortcut. What you can do? Remember your ex. But those who are married, on your own risk. Okay, including me. I am also married. Understand? So like this. Escape, shift colon. What I'm doing? Escape, shift colon. Remember your X. I'm saying about X school. Why you people are overthinking? X school, I'm saying. Okay, so X school, X college. Understand? Remember your X. What that will do? Save and exit. It's easy to do, right? WQ exclamation, not many will be able to, but X you can easily, right? X school I'm talking about. Okay. Yes. So this is what. Please remember your X. Then what I'm saying? Save and exit. Easy. Then I will not give you these shortcuts easily because I want you to follow proper pattern, right? So upper arrow, previous used command. If I want to see the previous used command, I need to use a upper arrow. Again, another question. What I did, I to insert, editor will have two mode, command mode, insert mode. I am in a insert mode round. I am writing something. I made a mistake. I thought I made a mistake. So what I need to do? I need to exit only. I will not save. If you need to exit only, WQ exclamation, what will they will do? Save and exit. X, save and exit. But I don't want to save now. For this, what I need to do? Escape, shift colon, okay, do Q exclamation. Q exclamation. Exclamation will overwrite. What exclamation will do? It will help us to overwrite. Easy. Right? Let's see whether that is saved or not. Not saved. Easy. Right? With editor, this we are going to use many times. Editor in DevOps. Whenever you are going to work in office, you will use this editor hundreds of thousands of times. Right? Very easy. Then if I want to delete the line, you can delete the line, but in a command mode by pressing double D. Suppose you are in insert mode. You are in insert mode. You are trying to delete the line. What it will do? Insert mode means you are allowed to write the content there, right? So, right. So now here, what do you need to do? You need to go to the command mode. Then you need to press a double D, double D, double D, double D, double D, double D. You people are misguiding me early morning. Now again, I have to type. Or do I have other option? What I can do? Undo. Can I? Undo will be from you. Undo will be from you. Right? You was beautiful. Understand? You was handsome. You. Understand? Remember like this. Understand? Now what he's saying here, please remember. Already at a oldest change. Right? Then another key you need to remember is Shift A. Which one? Shift A. Shift A will take you to end of the line, but it will convert you in a insert mode. Shift A. Shift A will take you to end of the line, but it will convert you in a insert mode. Till here comfortable. So this is required. Till here comfortable. How to save? Sundar. How to save? Remember your X, Sundar. Escape, shift colon, X. Save and exit. Okay? And if you do a WQ exclamation, then only you can do. Okay? If you want to only save here, save your work. You are saying save your work. So there is nothing like that. Understand? Okay? There is nothing like this. For undo, we need to use just yes, Mr. Chavan. Yes, Chavan. Yes, please. Right? Understood till here comfortable? Comfortable or not? Yes. What about others? Jyoti, what about others? Yeah, Harshal, good one. Priyanka, Snoli, Vinay. What about others? Others comfortable? So shall I move to next one? Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So now what I'm saying, this is what we need to understand. See, this you have to do throughout life. If you doesn't know the small, see, what is very big logic here? But was very small, but very powerful. How will edit the file? If he doesn't know how to edit the file, how will work in the file tomorrow? Right? So this is what. Then I will switch over to the next. Now here, please remember here. Each and everything will start from root. Now, whenever you are installing software, listen carefully. I'm giving one theory and very important theory. I have Java, software called Java. Or I have some software packages, Docker, Kubernetes, or Minikube package, or any package, software basically, I'd say. Can I say to create the software. I have software, Java, or I have a Windows OS, right? I have Windows OS. How people created this Windows OS? They have written some logic, right? 1 plus 1 equal to 6, 6 plus 6 equal to 26, right? Something like this. They have written some logic, not something like this, but they have written, understand? Right? If they have written this, they have written this in the file. Can I say like this? Can I say like this? Now, if you need these packages locally, so what do you have to install? You have to take this file from that place, you have to download, you have to install that where? Locally in your system. Can I call it like this? Let me revise. Very, very important takeaway. If I'm saying about software, software is a combination of files. Within the file, there will be logic written. Those logic you need to install in your system, right? Whenever we are downloading, now, whenever we are downloading window, how many of you knows how to install window? How to do a partitioning? How many of you knows how to install operating system? How many of you knows? Does anyone knows? Yeah, Shiv. I think you have seen, right? Partitioning. They will give you option to partition your disk. Whether you want to keep your C drive in, whether you want to keep your file in C drive, D drive, E drive, or usually where we have all the time C drive, right? We are familiar actually. That's why, right? We are familiar. That's why. What C drive will have? This drive will have what? This drive will have logic. Where? Inside the C drive, what you will get? You will get the logic, and this logic will be in different what? Directory structure. What we have? We have different directory structure. Configuration file will go somewhere else, right? Logs will go somewhere else. Storage will go somewhere else. So, right, users will go somewhere else. So, those information will be saved where? Inside the C drive. This is for window. We have program file, right? Within program file, we have usually what people are saying, don't go to the C drive, don't try to change, right? People will say that, right? And moreover, you are very hesitant. Especially, I was kid actually. The time I was kid, I told you people, my brother used to use DOS. I used to think he's genius. Understand? So now what I'm saying here. So you used to say me, what? Don't go to C drive, don't make changes. Why? Because if you delete something from here, you are deleting what? Program. You are deleting some file. You are deleting some logic for what? Operating system. Your operating system will corrupt. That is what. Now what about Linux? We understood this is the logic. I want to install Java here. I want to install Python. I want to install any kind of software. So similar way, this Java will be a combination of file, but where this file will be distributed? This file will be distributed inside the direct structure of files, virtual file system of, this is called virtual file system of Linux. But where the location of virtual file system of Linux is? I said in window it's in C drive. The time of partitioning, wherever you are giving partitioning, the time of partitioning, it will be there. What about Linux? In Linux, it will be inside the root directory. How to go to the root? Give me the command. Type your command, please. I want to go to this root. Where I want to go? I want to go to the root. Today I'm not 100%. Yeah. I want to go to the root. Give me the command, please. How I can go back? Somebody saying? What do people are saying? Okay. CD, no. No. Yes. Shib, sudo hyphen bine, CD, okay. Shib, okay. Sirisha, you are absolutely correct. Harshal, you are correct. Sampurna, you are correct. Jyoti, you are correct. Shiv, absolutely correct. Bine, you are switching user. Okay. Bavav, okay, very good. Very good. Good, good. I like. Now here, what is option? As of now, what we understood? We understood how to switch over, right? As per our knowledge, we understood this. Is it possible? Possible. Two step back. Two folder, right? Two directory structure, two step back. If I do a PWD, what is positive thing of using Movaxtrum? They are giving you graphical user interface also. See, right? They are giving you a what we was looking for. We was looking for directory structure, right? Are they giving? See, they are giving you what we have here. You can click here. That is a positive thing of using Movaxtrum. Understand? So what I'll do? PWD. Where I am? Root. Don't say forward slash, please. We are inside the root. Here, what I have? The same information he's giving here also. Graphically, here in a command line interface. Easy. Or otherwise, now I want to go in this location. What I do? Can I do like this? CD? Control C, Control V will not work. Why? Linux. Control Shift C, Control Shift B. Or otherwise, if you're selecting like this, we have a habit of select, then copy, then paste. Right? But if you're selecting here, Arman, if you're selecting here, automatically you are copying. What you're doing? You're copying here. Right? So if you do right click here, automatically it will paste. So where I am? Where I am now? I'm inside the home directory, users home directory. This is called users home directory, PWD. Very, very important topic actually. This is very small information. Whatever information I'm giving you for 3 hours here, to learn this information, you need to put 8 to 10,000 rupees. Plus, he will scratch your head for 20 days. He will push the subject. Then he'll tell his story. I was like this. My father was like this. I am like this. I did like this. This is what. So this is the knowledge. So again, gain this in very rapid pace. And of course, I hope so. I'm not going fast, right? So this is what I'll do. CD or otherwise, I'm taking Shiv. I'm taking your option. What I'm taking, I'm going to the CD. And many people said this, right? Root denotes to forward slash denotes to root. What I'm saying, you are directly going to the root. See, directly he took me to the root. Now, if you don't have a directory file structure system, now here in Linux, now here, if I go to the window here, right? If I'll go to the window, I'm going to the Docker1 folder. What I'm doing, I'm creating one file, or I'm creating one sub file, or I'm creating one sub folder. Let me create one folder. This is my new folder. What I went out from here, right? If I need to find that new folder, where I need to go? If I need to find that folder, where I need to go? I need to go this folder, right? Inside this folder, this is. In graphical user interface, it's easy. You can remember. But in Linux, you need to know this location. Why? Because otherwise you will be confused. You will find that file or folder somewhere else that you created somewhere else. But everything will start from root. Today's concept is what this directory or file structure system will do. That is the question, right? That is a question here. Okay. So this is what those four bottom folder in the graphical user interface there. Bottom folder means which one? This one. Bin, lib, sbin or what? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this? Don't worry, we will go there. Okay. We'll go there. We'll go there. Then other thing, what do we need to understand? We need to understand here. Let me show you glimpse here. Let me show you. You will be little happy because some people need this, right? What do you need? I need documents to share with you people. What there is there any Linux something? Azure DevOps? No. I think Linux I have here. This is SSH system D Linux syllabus. I don't know where I kept it that. Yeah, this is Linux notes, right? Okay. So now here you can read out what is DevOps. Okay, just for your fun. See, this PPT is not only for Linux. This is for many things. If you read, there are around 120. For networking also, those who are not familiar in networking, just scroll down in the bottom, right? What do you see? Just go to the networking here, please. Those who are not familiar, understand, those who are confused still, please go here, start here. What this is? Networking. What this is? LAN, local area network. Why we are using local area network? Why we are using IP? What is CIDR? Understand? Switch, router. What is a gateway? What is a subnet here? What is CIDR block? What is this? Is example of local area network connectivity with the wide area network. This is network access translation. This is net. This is a firewall here, right? This is a firewall here. This is a port here. What is a port here? And this is DNS, domain name server. This is domain name notation here, domain name server. So please read out. This is for your fun. Understand? But what is our job? We are into Linux. So those who are not familiar here, they can read out this, please. Okay? What they can do, they can read out. What is now here? Operating system, and basic is Linux. But to understand Linux, what do people need to understand? You people need to understand what is operating system. We already knows, right? Then we need to understand task of operating system. What they will do? Process management, storage management, memory management, right? Where permanent memory will be? Permanent memory is hard drives, random access memory at the time of accessing your information. Suppose you downloaded one movie of Chiranjeevi sir. You downloaded one movie of him. If you downloaded movie of him means where that movie will be. Movie will be here in the hard drive. So whenever you are going to watch that movie will be accessed in the RAM and it will be processed to your CPU and you will get a user interface by using graphics. This is what the process is. This is how you explain the concept, please. Understand what I'm saying? Then file management, it will do. Device management, it will do. File management means what? Just now, what we are doing? File management. Device management means mouse, keyboards, other things, right? Those nothing but device management. Who will do that? Operating system. Please remember, who will do that? Operating system. If you don't have OS, so we won't be able to, right? So this is what. Then kernel, we already know, right? So I'm not going again there. Okay, please read out this. How many type of operating system we have? Main operating system, Linux. Linux comes with the distribution, Windows and Mac OS, right? So this is what. Then history, Unix 1970, Linux 1991, right? Then, right? If you want to read out this, then this is Linux file system. So in Linux file system, what we have? Everything is inside the root folder is this. This is a folder. Within this folder, we have this. What those are? Let's understand one by one. So first thing, first directory we have to understand is first directory we have to. How many root user we have? What do you mean by root user or admin? How many root user we will have in Linux? Give me the number without hesitation. We are not judging each other, right? One. Sai is saying one. Right. Sampurna is saying one. Sonali is saying one. Jyoti, you're saying something. Sir, can you please explain again? Which one, Binay? Which one? I need to explain again. Remind me, I'll explain. Jyoti, sir, if we want to go directly to the beginning or end or somewhere in the middle of line, what command? Line means inside the editor. Inside the editor you're talking. You can use upper arrow. You can use arrows, Jyoti. Okay, don't switch directly. Use upper arrow, lower arrow, like normal editor, whatever we are doing. The way you are editing normal file or folder. Same way you can do. There is no problem. Sir, could you please share the docs till today? It will be shared around 10:30 or 11 max. If I have time after this session, immediately I will upload, because I want you people to practice this. If you won't practice this, then you will struggle in DevOps. That is what I don't want, Vivek. Okay. So, sir, Android can't be say as a OS. Sai. Android can't we say as a OS? Yeah, Android is OS actually. Android is OS, I. Nikhil, Android is OS, okay? Tilter means, okay? Okay, tilter means user's home directory, okay? Tilter means, tilde means user home directory. Can we have different drive in Linux, C, D, in Windows like this? This is, so now what this is? Mr. Shavan, you will have a disk, right? You will have a disk. If you have a disk here, right, what you are doing? You are dividing disk part, means dividing 1 terabyte of data into 1 terabyte of storage into some, right? You are dividing that, right? What that is? That is what you are doing, right? That is called disk partitioning, as Shiv said just now. Disk partitioning. Why you are dividing disk? Right, so you can store different type of data into different. This is called disk partitioning or disk management, right? So possible here. Yeah, no, I'll cover this full. I'll share this full syllabus, this Ram. Okay, Rama, I'll share you full this. Okay, whatever this PPT is, I'll share this full. I want you to practice for tomorrow as well, so you can ask me some questions. I will be very happy to answer. Right, Harshal? Sir, for Linux, different flavor commands are same for the same. These commands are same. These things are same. What will be different? I'll show you that. Right? These things are same for each and everything. Not after that. Vivek, see, I didn't use any documents, Vivek, after that, right? Did I use some documents? See, networking, I already shared, right? So wherever, whatever documents I used, actually, I shared those, right? So those. Now I'll share this one, Vivek. Okay. Sir, you have to install Ubuntu software in your laptop or VirtualBox. Sharad, if you want to install Ubuntu in your VirtualBox, do that. Why we need? As a DevOps engineer, that is not required for us. Are we? No. Right? Can we open multiple file at a time? Same time. Try, Sonali. These are small tasks. Understand? Try if you want to open multiple file at once. Understand? Okay. For this, don't worry. There will be another thing actually. How to open multiple file at the same time on a terminal. It's possible. Renu, why Linux came into the market when we have window with a good interface? Please remember, interface of window is very good. But Linux came before. Understand? Why we need to understand? Because in window, everything is not a file. In Linux, everything is a file. Working with Linux environment is very good. Okay. It's very easy. Right? Actually, we are trusting our eye. Right? But don't trust your eye. People says don't trust your eyes. Right? Why we are trusting? We are trusting graphics. It's very difficult to remember graphics. But here, what? Command line. Okay. Okay. I'm not spending more time on this. Let's understand then. First directory is, let's understand here which directory? Bin. What bin will have? Binary of executable command. Most essential command. How many command you have in Linux? Suppose I'm taking 500, 600, 700, 800. Logic of those commands will be where? Inside the bin. Where? Inside the bin. Binary. Now I am giving ls command. Why ls command is giving me list of file and folder? Because logic is written where? Inside there is a bin. Inside the bin there is a logic for ls. Now I am writing one command. Do we have any command like this? No. So what, how Linux will understand? He'll say not found, because Logic is not matching because logic is not matching with whom? Inside the bin. Logic is not matching inside the bin. Understood? So this is what we need to understand. LS. What bin will have? Binary of essential user commands. Then if I go to then there is S bin. System bin. System binary. Whatever the binary, whatever the executable we need for system. System is nothing but our operating system. For that, we will have within the S bin. And there will be a shared library between binary and system binary. That is inside a lib. Okay? System binary, S bin, binary for most essential user command, bin, shared library, lib. Then, another question. Next directory is root directory for or home directory for non-root user. How many root will be there? There will be only one root, one admin. How many non-root user will be there? Many, right? So where those information will be inside the CD home? Can I go there? What I'll do? I'll do a CD. I'll go to the home. Where I am inside? I am inside the home. If I do a, now what I'll do? If I do a ls, which user we are? How many user we have here? Non-root user. Only one. How to create a user? Question is how to create a user. Keep your eye. What I need to do? Add user or user add. Both are same. Graphics is different. What I'm doing? I'm creating a user called Nitin, Nikhil, Nitin. I'm creating a new user called Nitin. Right? In south and north, there is one difference. South part of India. In India, we like this. South, north. This is the part. Right? Around 12 years I spent it south part. Right? Around 15 I spent it north part. Rest I spent it other countries. So, right? I bleed born at north, but like south. Sorry, sorry for this. Right? Here. I do odd add user Nitin. Right? I feel very comfortable here in the south part of. I don't know why. I'm not saying north is not safe. I'm saying feel comfortable here. I don't know why. Right? What I'm saying, add user Nitin. Understand? So now what is saying here? Now see, only root are allowed to do that. To do this, what you need to do? Help me, please. Right? Help me. What I need to do? Right? You people are genius. Oh, many questions you people throw at me. Don't worry. I'll answer each and everything. Right? So what I'll do? Sudo add user, or you can do user add, or you'll do a. But sudo will do. Sudo will convert you admin only for this process. Please don't misunderstand. I have seen people are saying you will be admin. Think from one command how you can be admin. Right? Is it possible to convert you admin from only one command? No. Sudo will convert you admin for this process. This process finish, then you will become a normal user called Mr. Nitin. Understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Password will not be visible. Right? You can enter your information 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Password will not be visible. Oh, yes. How many user we have now? See, we are genius, right? Very talented people. See, we created one user called Nitin. Now somebody was giving me that command. Who was giving me that command? Su hyphen. Somebody was giving me command, right? Now here, which user I am? How you will know? Which user you are? You are a user called Azure user. But I want to switch to the Nitin. But where this user information are, please understand, where this user information are inside the, this is not user information, this is non-root user home directory. What this is? Non-root user home directory. Don't worry, user management, there will be separate session. We understood how to create the user? How to create the user? Sudo add user, username. How to create the user? Sudo add user, right? Username. This time I am creating Jyoti. I am creating Jyoti now, right? So add password 1234 123, enter, easy. But how to go within the user? How to enter into the user? Su hyphen, right? Where I'm going? I'm going to the user called Nitin. Su means switch user. Switch user. Password 12345. See, who am I? Who am I now? You are a user called Mr. Nitin. Easy? No, no way. What I'm doing here, admin can do. Normal user cannot. Can I, how to switch, how to exit from the user? Exit or log out? Exit will exit the user. Now, which user I am in now? Azure user. Easy? Right? Easy? This is how. How many user? As soon as you will enter into the office, people will come you. Please create credential for me. Right? This user management where you are doing? Onto the server. Onto the server. Right? I'm showing you real example. Right? On the server for your operating system. That user management was for what? For Azure portal. Right? That user management was different. This Azure management is different. What we understood? How many directory we understood? How many file system we understood? 3, 4. First one is bin. Binary of essential user command. System binary. Shared library between binary and system binary. Home will denotes for users home directory. Then I'll give you page number, which one to learn. Which one to learn. Now this is what we need to understand where we are. Now here, let me take you people there. Sir, we will forget how you can do this to us. This is not fair. So for this, what I have? Contain home directory of non-root user. There is one another directory called root. What this will have? Root users home directory. Root user home directory inside the root. Normal user home directory inside the home. Can we see that? Where that is? Which one? Root. Can we see that? Can you find out where is root here? I'm not talking boot. I'm talking what? Root. Okay. If I'll do a cd root. Why? Because I am a normal user. And from the normal user, how I can access root users? So, right? If I do a sudo, now see here, sudo also will not do. Will not allow you. Right? For this, what you need to do? Now here, I'll do how you can become a root user. How you can become a root user? Can you give me the command, please? Jyoti, how to know if he's admin user or normal user? Jyoti, if you see a dollar here, if you see a dollar here, you are a normal user. If you see a hash here, you are a root user. How to convert you root user? Sudo hyphen sudo su. Sudo su will convert to a. Now see. But what is the difference? Check the difference. What I'm doing? PWD, where you are? Inside the root. Inside the root you are, right? Where you want to go? See, I'm inside the root. If you want to see something here, see. Easy. But I can switch from normal user to root user by using sudo hyphen I. But see, what the change? What is the change here? If I do a sudo su, it will switch to that location wherever you are switching from. But if you are doing sudo hyphen I, it will switch to the location called inside the root. Let me remind this again. You people are confused. Notice carefully. Okay. Where I am right now. Shall I do like this? CD home, Azure user. Can I do like this? Which location I am in right now? What I'll do? Can I do sudo su? So which location I went? I'm a root user, but I'm in this location. If I want to exit, I will exit to the normal user. I'll change my location to root. I will change my location to root. So where I am right now? If I do a sudo su in a same location. But if I do exit, what I'll do? I'll do cd sudo home user. I'm in this location. Which location I am in? But if I do a sudo hyphen I, which location I will go? Root location. It will shift from this location to. Understand? There is two way of switching to normal user from normal user to root user. Either sudo hyphen sudo su, sudo super user do switch user. Okay. If you do a sudo hyphen I, by default it will take to the root irrespective of your current location. Understood this difference? Right? How you can do? This is how you do. Jyoti, comfortable, I think? Jyoti, comfortable? Yeah. So this is what, okay? This is how you do. But please remember, as soon as you will work in office, you will not work as a root. Don't work with hive. Don't work with this hash. Because sometime you need to run. So means whenever you are going to perform some operation, my recommendation is those operation you have to perform only from the normal user, because you will be a normal user called Nitin or Jyoti or Shiv or other user. Fair enough? So this is what we need to understand. This is what we need to understand. Exit. Right? Sir, why you are doing this to us? Why not giving proper documentation here? So see, this is what we understood till here. But what about that? Write the page number, please. I'll release this now here. I don't explore here, but if you can miss, it's okay. No problem. I don't mind. But these things will be discussed. But before that, I want you people to scratch your head here. Page number 72, 73 of PPT. What this is? This is your editor called BIM. I to insert, WQ to save and exit, Q to only save or without save, only exit without save and exit, remember your X, can create, remember your X cool. Right? Can create new file as well. This is what? Double D. Delete the line. This is what I want you to go through. Right? Then this is what I want you people to go through. Yes. how to read the data inside. So you can use editor first of all, or you can use cat as well. Okay, that is tomorrow's stuff. You can do a concatenation content, it will show. Okay. Sharad, I think I showed here, right? So whatever the thing I'm using here, I'll show those things. Okay. So this is what very important things. Thank you, sir. Delhi. Yes, thank you, Shiv. Please, after tomorrow, you will feel. I told you, whatever these people are teaching in 30 days or 20 days, 25 days, I'm teaching you in one go. Understand? So it's very easy. Use that. Practice. I will be very happy. Sharad, sometime command not match, showing command not found. That time I'll do example in my laptop, sudo system ctl status nginx not showing. Not showing me. If command is not showing means your logic is not matching with the Sharad, your logic is not matching where? We inside the bin binary. Okay, that is what. Yeah. Okay, there is a space between system CTL, right? That is what. Okay. So that is what. There is a problem in your command, or either that command is not there, right? Code in inside bin, right? So don't worry about that. Sir, why the Linux came into the market? I think, yeah, Renu, we discussed already this. Can we open multiple file at the same time? Yes, we can do by using. There are many things. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. There are many things to do that. Error is showing, command not found. Is error is showing on this or sudo system ctl? Command not found error. Now here system ctl, there is a space between your system and ctl, right? There should not be any space. Sharad, it should not be like this. Okay. It should not be like this. Okay. It should be system ctl. Okay. Don't put a space. What is system D? See, as I said, right? What is system D? Where it is like a task manager, right? What task manager will have? All the processes. So, right. If you go here, right click. If I do a right click in window, right? Why it's not showing me right click? Yeah. If I'll do a right click here, right? I'll go to the task manager. No, not task manager setting. I'll right click here. I'll go to the task manager. Within the task manager, what I have? I have a process here now. See, process, services, performance, those things will be running here. So system D will manage this in a Linux. Okay. System D will manage these things in a Linux. Okay. So this is what you need to understand. So these things you need to understand from this. So I'm dropping the session here. So my expectation is you practice this much. I will be very